podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
We're back.
We are back.
2025-26 pre-season. We're back, and we started as we finished the season with non-alcoholic beer and a sense of desperation.
Yep.
Watcher indeed. What? Is that not all non-league fans during pre-season? It is me, dear listener. Good morning, good evening, good day, good afternoon. And I'm with Rob Grant for tonight's pre-season fixture, which nearly saw Sutton score.
That was almost a pen.
Almost a pen by a trialist. It is a big day for the A trialist family today.
It is. A trialist, B trialist, C trialist.
Yeah. How you been anyway?
All right, doing the usual summer things, losing weight, drinking non-alcoholic beer.
Then you'll be putting it on and boozing.
And then I need
September.
to get the old winter weight back up for December.
Absolutely. Imagine an overweight grizzly, if you will, dear listener. You know the video of like when he's
steady. It's like calling me a bear.
You know the video when he's like shadow boxing. That's you at the moment. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to see everyone. It's good to be on the 4G service. Are you happy to be back?
Yeah, more than happy.
Yeah?
Mine's not alcoholic.
No. Well, yeah. A good 5% job. Oh, a lovely through ball's been played there. Flag's been kept down 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Is he going to go around the keeper? He goes around the keeper. He's going to tap it in. And former Docker, Ryan Mahal, lets it go in. That's why we organised this fixture. 5 years ago, Ryan, you might have slid and saved that. But
there was no way he was sliding about.
It's not worth a hernia.
No, exactly.
Especially in July when you need the speedo body.
Yeah. And you're 48 years old.
But wow, a great start to the season so far. Pre-season, should I say? We've had a 3-1 win over Holmesdale, and again we're 1-0 up before we've even started. Well, not before we've even started. But yeah, point 5 minutes in. Hello, Chris.
Good afternoon. How are we doing?
Good afternoon. It's nearly 8 o'clock, mate.
Oh yeah, true. The torture begins again, I suppose you could say.
Yeah.
But then it's so much nicer when the sun's out.
It is.
At this part of the season when it's not cold and
Yeah.
But yeah.
You'd think football could be a summer game.
It'd be great, wouldn't it?
It would be. It would be.
It is for some, I suppose, when they get to a certain level. It's all about the summer, isn't it? The World Cup, the Euros,
Yeah.
But for us Hardham fans, it's about the winter.
Yeah, absolutely. Standing outside porter cabins with another 20 people asking why are we in the London Senior Cup? Who are these mushes we're playing? What's the aspirations for this season, do you think, Rob?
I'm looking forward to some good chips at the various grounds.
Scrum.
Yeah, what was the best chips we had last year? Certainly not Eastbourne away. They were shocking.
No, they were bad. Where was that East London Cup game we went to?
Barking.
They were all right.
They were good chips.
And I had a decent pie there as well.
I remember after the game with Barking,
figured
even we had a few words, didn't we?
I had a few comments.
Yeah, positive ones.
The best.
Positive one, disappointing that could have won the result so we can play Cheltenham and that in the semi, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Why worry about the past?
That's right.
Ed Zachary.
Exactly. So some big teams have come down. Hastings being one. Some big teams have come up. Faversham and VCD. But we're trying to make the stay more into a fortress this year.
Yep, that'll be what the Brookies are out there doing.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I guess the plan is if they can't get in, they can't beat us.
Absolutely. It'll be 1-0. 1-0 at the moment. As always, we will check in if anything happens. Up the Dockers. Who's just commenting there on Ollie Milton's start to the season last year and how great it was, and we just had a repeat of it there with that touch where he nearly kept the ball in. It was like trying to watch a racehorse trap a football, really, wasn't it? No offence. But it's a good, accurate description, wasn't it? If you can imagine, if you will, a giraffe trying to catch a ball.
Trying to say he's Bambi now.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. Look, listen, you're the one making the negative comments. I'm showing him with some of the elegance of the animal kingdom.
Well, like a sea lion trying to balance a ball on his nose.
Yeah, that's exactly that. Yeah. But it's a nice day. Good attendance out on the balcony. The grass pitch is looking well. What do you think?
A balmy evening.
It is a balmy evening. I like pre-season because you go in not really caring. And then you get to about December and then you don't really care too much neither. And then by February you start panicking.
Yeah. Although last season, to be fair, February we were doing well.
Yeah.
It all just tailed off with 10, 11 games to go. It started to tail off a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, fatigue and all the rest of that stuff. Some long old travelling in this league.
I think the thing was as well, in all seriousness, how did you find like the things like the travel? Because I mean, the season before, we were saying we seemed a bit tired, but that's because we was in every cup competition for ages. Whereas last year, I mean,
I actually thought the travelling was alright.
really, do you know
The
what?
worst travelling we had was fucking Farnham.
Yeah, Farnham was a trick, wasn't it?
No.
That's like 4,000 miles away.
Farnham was 2 hours. It took us 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Sat nav gave us the wrong way as well. So
Yeah, but it's like
and then he was sub.
See, the thing with Deal,
It was really good.
Yeah. Good afternoon,
It was
everyone.
3-0 down.
but the thing with Deal is it's an hour and a half to get to within 10 miles of the ground, and then another hour and a half to get that last 10 miles all down all them country lanes to get into Deal.
I have to say, I think the worst one for us last year was Littlehampton. That was a trick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Absolute trick. Weird fans as well. Anyway, back to the game. A lovely through ball's been played through there. He's on through and goal. A trialist. Puts it across goal. Where was Ollie Milton? What a letdown.
I don't know.
I think he was expecting him to shoot, to be fair.
I think we all were. Yeah. And if that was a shot, I wouldn't sign him.
To be fair, when he came on Saturday, he looked quite sharp, right?
Well, we can't. It has to be he because, or it might be
That's what I
they.
said. Hell yeah.
You never know. You never know.
Guy over there, then.
The guy over there who just missed by an absolute mile. Well, we all know he is, and probably the other listeners do as well. Mal Turner there with a great interception out to the fullback there. Fullback looks up, runs about 10-15 yards with the ball on the left wing, beats the winger. Has a shot.
Oh,
Got him.
oh, whisker one.
Do you know what? It was one of those from this angle. It looked close, but I bet behind the goal was miles wide. It remains 1-0. Welcome back. We're back. How do
New
we?
season, woohoo!
Yeah. New coat.
New coat?
New puppies to sell.
No puppies.
Yeah. More. Can we talk about the football? Yeah. Erith Town versus Sutton Athletic, sponsored by your puppies. That could be rude, couldn't it?
Yeah,
I'm never standing next to you.
you can't have that.
Yeah. So another season at Erith Town. Excited? Excited getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning on Sundays and driving miles away?
No, I'm not in the bag either.
And coming to watch games down here? You like it down here, it's a laugh.
Huh?
You like it down here, it's a laugh, isn't it?
You need to make sure you go to more.
Yeah, you need to go to more.
You.
Yeah, and away games. We should go away games. Deal away. 3-hour round trip.
Absolutely not. Sorry.
As long as you pay for the fuel.
Deal's quite nice. It's a good day out. It's nice.
Good day out.
Yeah, they insulted the podcast last year.
Oh, did they?
No, we'll go and show them what for.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, what do you think of the game so far?
1-0.
1-0, yeah? What do you think of the game so far?
It's good. They had a nice little 1-2 round the goalie.
Yeah. 1-2 round the goalie, went round the goalie.
I mean, just one.
And we were saying it was good of Ryan Mahal, ex-Docker, to let it go in.
Yes,
Yeah, that's nice of him.
Did well with that.
Yeah.
To slow down, running
He's
towards
an
the
Erith
ball.
Town player at heart.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Cutting me bleeds red, ain't that right? We all do, by the way, that's the joke.
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying out of it.
Remains 1-0. So, we were just saying, have you voted for the Dockers debate in the Football Content Awards? You have,
Yeah.
haven't you? Yeah.
Leeds, we can go and stay with my mum. She lives just outside Leeds.
That'd be a good laugh, wouldn't it? Me, you, Ollie, and Rob and Chris in bunk beds.
Yeah, she's got 4 bedrooms.
Yeah, that'd be alright.
5 miles outside Leeds, that'd be a touch.
Yeah, it would be. That would be. Do you think we'll win?
I hope so.
Did you actually vote for us?
Yeah.
Did you really? That's
Easy.
nice. Yeah. Oh, see, look, we do have fans that we don't have to pay. Excellent. Absolutely.
Always a plus, I think.
Always a plus. We're about 20-25 minutes in at the moment. I think we're very much in control, aren't we? I think they've had a shot from distance that went over. The trialist family is doing quite well. Just been down on the bench. Reminds me of the Beach Boys. There's some good vibrations.
Nice one.
You know?
It's a cracker.
Yes, yeah. No, everyone seems happy. Guess what? Woody smiled.
Bloody hellfire.
Yeah, well, you know, hell has frozen over. Anyway, Sutton on the left-hand side now, cutting on the 7. He has a shot. I don't know what that was meant to be, but it goes just wide of the goal.
He worried the bin.
He did worry the bin. It remains 1-0. Another great opportunity for a trialist there. A goal already. And he went to lob the goalkeeper, but he struggled. a bit.
He forgot that the whole point of lobbing it is you get the ball up in the air.
Yeah. Well, it always reminds me of the old Arsenal keeper because you know there's jokes about lobbing him.
Yes.
Isn't there?
Further out though.
Yeah, and I mean you've got to be accurate from distance to be lobbing that kind of product. Anyway, half hour in, just caught up with the Sporting Club Reserves manager Mark Petters.
And how was he?
He's fine, good as gold as always. Sun-kissed. Looks like he's been on holiday. In his Borat mankini, I reckon.
Probably.
Yeah.
He looks tight.
He doesn't he just? Doesn't he just? Great work there, Barley Milton. Oh, he lost it, wasn't that great? Going well, wasn't it, for the Milton family? Who's going better for, the Milton family or the Trialist family? No, he's having a good game, Ollie. I like Ollie. Or as he has saved in my phone, Ollie Milkman.
Is he?
He told me to save him that. Sorry to insult the family name. That was generally him. But yeah, no. Again, it's. I'll be honest with you. It's the normal, usual pre-season. I don't think either side are really, as I say that, Mal Turner fouled someone. There's no real major physicality. I think they're just sort of like
Minutes under their belt, aren't they?
yeah, it gets minutes under the belt.
Minutes
Nice
in the legs,
Yeah.
and no one really cares one way or the other what the score is.
Yeah.
As long as no one gets injured.
Yeah, that's the main thing. A ball played into the centre midfield there. Now makes its way out wide to the full-back. Ball looks to be played up the line. It does there nicely. Brought down there by a trialist. I think you might have heard his name in the background there by another player. Ball played over the top. Bertie Valor just nearly gets on the end of. I thought he had a good end to the season, Bertie Valor.
He's had a good pre-season so far. He's been solid.
Yeah.
Working hard and pulling strings and doing the right stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, what do we think of the game so far?
Typical pre-season game, really, and it's about getting minutes in the legs, really. They're obviously being put through their paces outside of this, and it's about a bit of game time, really, for them. But yeah, I mean, we look comfortable. You know, there's a lot of trialists this time of year, and you'll have probably two halves of different players. And yeah, I mean, a couple of them have done quite well, I think. A couple of the trialists, should we say. Obviously, one scoring a goal and put some nice moves together.
Yeah, there's a lovely little passing movement there from Erith Town, and Ollie Milton goes to run through there, but they play at the wrong side of him. But I know we've just made some jokes, but there's actually been some nice little bits of movement and passing. And one thing I will say, and I'm not sure if you'll back me up on this, seeing this Erith Town now compared to one 5 years ago, even 5 years ago, 2 years ago, sorry, the one that won the treble. It's the whole standard of the team and the squad has just leapt massively, isn't it?
It has gone up, yeah, without a doubt. Gets stronger every year. Also, the other thing that I found out the other day, which surprised me, given the way we have been over the last couple of seasons, is apparently we've got 9 players 6'2" or thereabouts, and
Puts Ollie out.
yeah. And it's the tallest team we've ever
Is that
had.
why his nickname next year is going to be Little Ollie Milton? Yeah. Or Lurch. Anyway, a misplaced pass there by one of the Giants, Callum McGeehan, goes to the Sutton winger, but it's easily dealt with there. I think apart from a shot over the bar and knocking out the bin, I don't think they've done a great deal, Sutton, have they?
No.
He used to play for us as well, didn't he? That player over there, I'm pointing out, probably can't say his name, so he might be on trial.
Who, Ryan Mahal?
No, not Ryan Mahal, everyone knows Ryan Mahal. The other one next to him.
With the curly hair?
Yeah.
He played for us for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, but what a 10 minutes it was against Pagham. I only know that because that was the photo album that we had for about 6 weeks, and the only photo album we had to take graphics from, and he left, and he was in most of the photos. Yeah. Tip for whoever does the media this year: try and get more than one player, please. Anyway,
I think the reason why
a long ball played over the top. That's a great ball there, played through to Sutton. There is bounced, come down. The 11 shoots. Keeper with a phenomenal save there. How he saved that, I don't know.
I think he just stood where he was.
Does help.
Similar to the reason why that same player was in all those photos that season was because he was the only one not moving about.
Yeah, it remains 1-0. It's been quite the second half. I mean, I was going to come up here and say we're back in and we've just scored an absolute worldie, and Brian's getting excited because there's a picture of AJ squirting something in his face.
You're looking for me to comment on that? No comment, and I do not ascribe myself or subscribe myself to the aforementioned statement.
Right, okay, I'll send it to you later on, Brian.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I have your high res, please?
We have scored. What do you think? It's a great...
I missed the goal, actually. I was in the boardroom eating Bacon rolls.
Absolute cracker of a free kick.
Was it one of those goals that you'll see at pre-season, nothing ever will live up to it, and if you didn't witness it because you was eating a sandwich, you might as well pack in the rest of the season?
Eating a roll, not a sandwich.
All right, sorry there.
Just for accuracy's sake.
Apologies.
Beach from a free kick this season. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, it was a great finish. Yeah, it was young Jacob Connor, I believe.
I think so, yeah. I believe that's the fella.
Yeah.
Lovely curling free kick over the wall and into the top bin.
Yeah.
Where the owls sleep, as the Italians say.
Absolutely. Anyway, back to that photo.
Yeah, can I have it in high res, please?
Absolutely, yeah. But what do you think of the game, Brian? You're as EDI officer. Do you feel there's more equality, diversity, and inclusion in this pre-season?
It's well up to standard, to be honest. It's well up to our usual standard. Sorry, I'm live on air here, Steve. Sorry.
We'll cut that bit out, Steve. Don't worry.
Yeah, from an EDI perspective, it's up to our usual standard. So, what can I say?
So not then.
Yeah, so we're not doing a lot.
There aren't any women players, and I think that's something we need to look at.
We've got a girls' team next year.
Not out on the pitch at the moment, but it's all progress. Yes.
Listen.
It's good to hear. I'm in favour of natural.
What did
EDI.
he say? JFK, the 1,000-mile journey starts with a single step or something like that.
That sounds more like Gandhi or Confucius or Gandhi.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a
Is it
single
the flap of a butterfly's wing?
No, you're just getting too far.
That's chaos theory.
It's chaos theory. Yeah.
Brian, come on.
You obviously went to grammar school.
This is clearly becoming a podcast we don't want it to be. 2-0 at the moment, going well. A few ex-Dockers down there. Just saw Sam Smith. Nice to catch up with him.
It's a good singer, him.
They are a great singer. Yeah, you bigots. Yeah.
Well corrected. I have to give you credit for that.
To correct the EDI officer on pronouns. 2-0. Some excellent football played there. Lovely little 1-2, sees the ball get played inside. A shot first time, ripples into the top corner. And I have to say, I am very impressed tonight.
Yeah, we've played some good stuff. We played some good stuff. We're 3-0 up. Can't really argue. But, with the caveat it is pre-season.
Yeah.
They are a division below us.
Yeah, but you could say that though. But I mean, I think we're quite. I was going to say, but we're quite convincing.
No, we are. We have been good. No, we have been good.
And there's still some.
And
players.
This is arguably the stronger 11 than the first half.
And let's not beat around the bush as well. There's no mugs out on that Sutton side. There's some good players out there.
Oh yeah,
they're a good team, And I'm not saying they're having a particularly bad game. I just think Erith are playing really well. And Harry Taylor's looking good. He's looking fresh. Aaron Jeffrey's rolling back the years. He looks about 23. Sydney Petters, who's a player who featured a lot for the 18s and 23s, is getting a run out. Jacob Connor, Dexter Peter is playing as well now as well. George Goodwin back. Great to see him back. Mal Turner, who we put down as a defender. The Isthmian League quoted as a midfielder, and apparently we got it wrong. So thank you, Isthmian League, for that.
All right, there you go.
They called him a journeyman, and Harrison Firth in goal for the second half.
And Dexter Peter's got 2 first names.
Absolutely, never trust a man with 2 first names. Ain't that right?
Never trust a man with 2.
Oh, hang on, that's gone back through to Sutton Athletic. Ball gets played through past George Goodwin. The 20 has a shot. Oh, that's a great block by said 2 named man.
Yeah. Double barrel first name like Pope John Paul and things like that.
Yeah.
Never just trust a Pope.
Never trust a Pope. Well, that's another conversation off this podcast. Oh, bye, Chris. He's waiting. He was waiting.
Stevens is on his way.
I'm off, yes.
Yeah,
3-0 up, and it's a pre-season, so I'll
there's
see
no
you
more,
guys in the next one,
no
I'm
more
sure.
to see here.
Yeah. But yeah, it's exciting. He's gone now. We're talking about him.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah. Lovely ball now played through to Mal Turner, who plays it into Aaron Jeffrey. Aaron Jeffrey sees out wide. That's a lovely ball played out wide to the left wing. The left wing now tries to drops the shoulder, tries to beat the player. Lovely step over, gets inside, but Sutton get the ball clear, and we're looking for a penalty. Dexter Peter, I tell you, he's my new favourite player.
He's been great. I watched him on Saturday and tonight again this half. Absolutely tremendous. Great reading of the game, strong, and he is a unit, isn't he?
Do you know what? I wear the number 5 shirt when I used to play football, and so does he. I see a lot of similarities between me and Dexter Peter.
Especially in the hair.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I can see the Dexter Peter hairstyle being modelled around the Stanmore next season.
I reckon hats, woolly hats with the Dexter Peter hairstyle.
Oh no, and something you don't see in pre-season. Aaron Jeffrey goes down. I mean, not just Aaron Jeffrey, any player. Don't see any player go down. But we will come back to this game. He's probably fine. It's Taz.
Yeah, he's just having a rest, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. 3-0. Convincing stuff. It is a big camera. A chance there from Erith, the 19 cuts inside, sees the keeper off his line, has a shot from distance, which the keeper saves. But I thought the through ball Harry Taylor a bit earlier might have been the ball.
Yeah, but you could tell as he was winding up that he was going to have the shot. There was no two ways he was about it. He was going to have his moment in the sun, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think of Woody's cap? I think he's trying to channel his inner Brian Silk.
Have you noticed how Woody's lost about?
What are you laughing at?
Channel his inner Brian Silk. What, you want us to know nothing about football tactics and send the team off to do the wrong thing?
I'm not saying anything. Didn't you used to run a football team?
Nominally. I was the figurehead. I was always a chair. Gender neutral about these things, but I was never the manager or anything like responsible.
They done well, didn't they?
I managed the football club twice, and it was like, oh, what do I know? Oh, right, 4-4-2. Half-time talk was like, ask the team captain, what should I say to these people? Oh, right, okay, so I just repeated that. We did win, though.
So you was more like Sarah Ferguson and Alex Ferguson?
Yes.
Oh, lovely through ball play to Harry Taylor, who's onside there.
Ferguson.
Has a touch, tries to beat the defender, he falls over. No, he doesn't even compose himself. Oh,
that's a shame.
Agonisingly wide.
You're just about to slip a fag paper between the ball and the post there.
The bin ducked again. Yeah.
Just as well.
Just as well. Just as well. But again, comfortable 3-0. Brian, Sarah Ferguson, Prince Andrew, was you a fan?
Was I a fan of Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew? Was I a fan of them? Well, they're...
Or was you their only fan?
We were talking about only fan of things earlier, weren't we?
No, we weren't, you smuts. Anyway, Rob.
Well, you talking about Sarah Ferguson and OnlyFans. That's even more disturbing.
Anyway,
even more disturbing than you know.
Anyway, going down the left wing now, lovely little touch, plays it inside. A big call there, Byron Jeffries about 12 yards offside, but now the ball goes out to the other wing. Lovely touch, brings it down. Lovely step over there. Jacob Connor looks like he's going to get to the edge of the box. Goes to Harry Taylor.
So close and yet
I'll tell you what, one thing I will say about this podcasting, like, you make it sound better than it is.
Absolutely, that is the key.
Yeah, I mean, Harry Taylor there, if he just flung himself like a dolphin at SeaWorld, it could have been 4-0.
Absolutely.
But he didn't. And now Flipper didn't do it, and we remain 3-0.
We're paying the price.
That's
my Flipper impression.
Yeah.
But instead of that, he looked like a fish out of water.
The worst bit is, this is an audio production, and he's doing an impression of a dolphin's fins.
With my hands as well, but somehow it's... I've got a good face for radio, as they say.
Yeah.
That's
that, Flipper?
Yeah. Trapped in the boat?
No, that was Lassie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Skippy.
Lassie, Skippy
the bush kangaroo.
Any more other animal. Anyway, the ball now goes to Sydney Petters, who plays it back out wide. Lovely ball over the top to Harry Taylor, who cushions it down, but no one reads it. Harry Taylor with a little silly little foul there. So we'll leave it, and I'll go back to the zoo while it's 3-0. Do you know what? We was just having a really mature performance, dear listener. Now Paul Carter's turned up and it's turned to smut.
Typical.
Usual, really, innit?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. How are you, Paul?
I'm fine, thank you, Michael.
How was your bacon roll?
Excellent bacon rolls, recommended.
Yeah.
Like the new setup. Yeah.
Come with cheese.
Cheese and leaves.
And leaves?
Yeah.
That is salad for the more woke
and
so one of your 5 a day catered for
kind of sauce as well.
Nice.
Very nice.
Good, yeah. How do you think this game's going, Paul?
It's pre-season. It's
Harrison Firth,
hard
what
to
a
tell
save.
anything, really, isn't it? Because I've seen good pre-seasons and then terrible starts to the season.
Thanks for the optimism, because
bad pre-seasons and everything's gone right.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're 3-0 up. So
yeah, I think that was a good hold there by Harrison Firth. A great header there from
Brandon.
Yeah.
Great free kick apparently, but I was still eating bacon rolls.
Absolutely, you still had your rasher between your chops. Dexter Peter's been an absolute class act for me today.
Yeah, was on Saturday as well.
Yeah.
So looks like
would you trust a man with first names as two names?
Two first names.
Two first names, so Dexter Peter.
I do, yes.
Right, okay. Well, if he plays that good, we could trust him with anything. Ain't that right?
Yeah, I just hope we don't sign Peter Dexter now.
Well, yeah, that's what it's going to be, isn't it? Yeah. Be like George Weah's cousin all over again, do you remember? But yeah, no, I think it's been... we love that.
George Weah's cousin.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
He could run 100 yards really quickly and Southampton gave him 20 grand a week. Yeah. Good old George Weah.
Came on as sub and went off again within about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think someone said...
When they realised they'd been had.
Didn't they remember? Didn't someone ring up and pretend to be George Weah? And it turns out to be him.
Yeah.
Woody's whacking on his ice pack down there, Brian.
I do like to see a man whacking on his ice pack.
Yeah.
Especially when he's wearing a cap.
Yeah. Do you know what? If you look quickly, Brian, in that Dockers hat, you could be mistaken for Woody.
There's worse things to be mistaken for.
Absolutely. Oh, what a great tackle there by the defence. The referee's just told someone from the Sutton bench to shut up. That's not very nice, is it?
No, but you know, it's a man's game.
Well, they ask for respect and they tell people to shut up. But I think it's been a very convincing game so far. Who we got next?
Kennington.
Who beat NK Dons, SE Dons at the weekend, didn't they? I'll tell you what. If they beat up MK Dons, I think MK Dons better call it a day. Beat SE Dons, newly rechristened SE Dons because they were Forest Hill Park last year.
But they're still only in Division 1, to be fair.
Absolutely.
Not a fan of teams nicking teams' names.
Well, they're not anymore because now they've just nicked their place and moved to Chatham.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, good luck to SE Dons next year, and good luck to Erith Town next year. Not long to go in this game now. As usual, we will check in if anything happens later on. As it stands, a very convincing 3-0. That was literally like something out of a film. You're like my long-lost friend. That was nice, wasn't it? Did you feel the emotion?
It was a beautiful moment. Yeah. It was.
You could have sung over it.
Oh, I could have sung over it.
Anyway. Sutton there get down the byline. They get across the 6-yard box. Harrison Firth looks beaten, but the defender tidies it up well. But no, back to the drama. That was like something out of like Doctors or Crossroads.
It was.
You know, I mean, I'm not sure it's EastEnders worthy.
Mysterious long lost friends.
Yeah, from dry cleaners.
And dry cleaners, yeah.
Who have you ever met in a dry cleaners?
Who have I met in a dry cleaners? Well, it's just got any kind of 18 certificate.
And did it get steamy?
This is the question, you know. It's just
a bit of trivia.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The chemicals they use for dry cleaning clothes are exactly the same chemicals they use to decaffeinate coffee.
There you go. So you could squeeze your clothes into a cup and have a drink.
Not necessarily.
Quite what Rob said.
But the same chemicals they use to dissolve the caffeine out of the beans.
Oh, okay, there we are. Well, anyway, Sutton on the left wing.
Every day's a school day.
Because do you know what? I've been really impressed with Harrison Firth since he joined last season for the last 5-6 games and today as well. How well he holds the ball. Like when as soon as it sounds,
his distribution is good as well.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that when the ball comes towards him, he commands his box well. When he catches it and holds it, and there's none of this punching malarkey. Not a fan of a puncher. Too much fisting for me.
So you're thrusting your recording device at me, looking for some kind of comment.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's being rude.
I was admiring his what colour was it?
Oh, that
pink. Because it is Pride Month, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Just missed it there. A Sutton player just absolutely flipping underneath his wall. Absolutely smashed it into R7 there to a point where Woody had to make sure he was actually standing up all right.
Yeah, well,
they are them ones.
It's a couple of minutes to go, and they're down 3-0, so they've probably got the
Yeah.
Nice.
No, that's it. The end of the game.
There you go.
Well done, Erith Town.
The Dockers.
A convincing 3-0 win. Brian, you going to sing?
Yes, I can sing.
Oh, no, you can't because of copyright. Okay, got ya.
I can sing one of my songs, one of my chants actually, but...
Well, we'll have that in the next podcast, but I have to say, so who's he? You met him in the dry cleaners once?
He is the father of Darren Abraham, who's involved in local non-league football. Do you remember Darren?
Yeah, that's right.
Darren. And I used to go. His brother and his ex-brother's ex-wife used to run Valley Dry Cleaners in Gravesend.
There we are.
And
so you've now given him a plug?
He has lost loads of weight. I didn't recognise him and he didn't recognise me.
Right, okay. Well,
apparently I don't think.
Well, can you get 20 quid off him? Because
I-
you've just plugged the pod and it's £20 a show sponsorship.
I probably haven't lost as much weight.
No. Well, at least you're happy with your figure. And are you happy with the scoreline figure?
Very happy. Clean sheet. Clean sheet.
Clean sheet in the dry cleaners.
Yeah.
As well. Like a good trip to Gravesend's finest dry cleaners.
6 goals, 2 games. What more could you ask?
Kennington next week, who beat MK Dons.
Yeah.
We're laughing. This is Michael Avery, Brian Silk, Paul Carter and Robert Grant signing out from another Dockers Debate podcast. Thank you, dear listener. 25-26 season. The award-nominated Dockers Debate. Please nominate us at Football Content Awards nomination. Brian, come on.
And don't forget, tie-pins are still available.
Yep.
From the merchandise store. So find myself, Brian Silk, and I will sell you a Dockers Debate
badge.
You
want to plug the show a bit more? 3-0.
3-0.
1, 2, 3. I'm
not. Where will 25-26 lead us?
Absolutely.
That's the question.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.